This is all about how to get rich online with video, because you'll find that this whole thing ties into the big picture of contribution and education. So I'm going to teach you a financial freedom formula. No experience is necessary for this, okay? You can be just where you are, no matter where you are, and it doesn't require technical skills. How to distribute your message online in minutes, fast and cheap with the push of a button. And this will make a lot more sense in a couple of moments. And this works anywhere in the world. That's very, very important. If you're thinking for a moment that you are at a disadvantage, that's not true. Okay? Every single person who has access to the internet, and there are over 1.5 billion people worldwide right now, and there are 3.5 billion people with mobile phone access worldwide. That's how most people are consuming information. Okay? Video is it, and I will prove that to you today. I'm also going to talk to you about selling with video and the cheapest, fastest, easiest way to get started. So, first of all, why does video work so well, other than the fact that we like to watch it? Well, first of all, and unfortunately I don't have all the statistics for outside of the U.S., so you'll have to forgive me, but right now in the U.S., over 15 billion videos are watched online every month. Okay? And proportionately, when you look at anyone who has internet access worldwide, the proportions are similar. People are consuming video like crazy. And over half of all the traffic that moves through the internet is actually video. And right now, over 200 million people in the United States watch video online. That's about 2/3 of the population. Okay, again, proportionally, anywhere you see anyone with internet access, the proportions are similar. The most important thing, video listings show up in as little as 10 minutes in Google, and then shortly after in MSN and Yahoo. Okay, and again, I will show you why this is so important in a moment. But in the old days, if you built a website and you said, okay, I want my website to show up in one of the search engines, unless you know some trickery and you know some techniques, it can take days, weeks, even months until it actually shows up. Or when you put a video online, because video is so popular and so many people watch it, the search engines want to give you what you want, and that's video. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Now the next thing is the financial freedom formula. Because everyone's always like, okay, what do I need to know? And I think we all need a framework, and this is the framework. I'm always working on the steps. What's the simplest step-by-step way I can describe something that's complex to get you from here to there? So this is what financial freedom is. Number one, having a little know-how. Hopefully after this weekend you have a little more know-how. But it's like, what skill do you have right now? And Sean was great about this. I loved what he said. You know, everyone here, do you have a hobby? All right? Everyone's got an interest, some kind of a passion. And that can be know-how, but also your trade, or you know someone who has a skill. And then it's distribution. I'll talk more about this in a moment. I will get into that. It's access. It's another thing that Sean talks about all the time, but it's having access to people. Now, either access to people with know-how or access to more customers or whatever it is. It's being able to communicate and connect with people rapidly. Influence and authority. Leverage, meaning doing a little bitty thing, flexing your pinky and being able to lift a massive boulder. Of course, selling something. It's the way it is. You got to sell stuff. And having proof. Proof that your system works. Proof that your product works. Proof that it delivers results. Okay? Now, the next thing is distribution. Now, a massive revolution happened in the dot-com era where suddenly you didn't have middlemen. They weren't as important. You look at the travel industry, the stock market industry, newspapers, books, radio, music. All those markets completely changed because all once the company could do business directly with the user, and do real-time business. Travel agents very rapidly became not as useful unless they were planning complex business travel, for example. You could just do it yourself. Everyone wins from that. So disintermediation is the complicated word for it. And I don't know, how many of you use iTunes here or have an iPod or a portable media device? Okay, quite a few of you. That's great. Now, right now, iTunes is the #1 music distributor in the world, you know. It was always about the CD. It was always about the LP. And that's how everyone made their money in the music industry. Not so anymore. TV and movies are next. Of course, piracy pushes some of that along, but the record companies, television, they are scared of what's happening because the producers and the management companies aren't needed anymore. You saw what Andrew had to share with you. That is so unbelievably powerful that an ordinary person like you and me could sit down with a $100 camera, like the little flip, and be able to produce some sort of video and distribute it to the world where billions of people can watch it within a minute or so after it's being made and been made, like this. Plug it in, turn it on, distribute it worldwide, and communicate. Now, there's a lot of people that believe that the last election in the United States was completely changed by blogging and internet video, all right? And people were able to express their concerns. You look at, anywhere where there's war crimes going on, someone with a mobile phone taking some video and some pictures can completely change the picture of a political situation, okay? The leaders are not in control like they used to be anymore. We, as the little guys, are in control, and there's nothing they can do about it, okay? There's always a workaround. As long as digital information can be distributed, the whole world changes. It's huge. And no product or service is immune to this.